In this video we're going to look at decomposing a number into its prime product and then using this to find highest common factors and lowest common multiples of two numbers. So first of all we're going to find the prime decomposition of 24. Okay, we're going to break up 24 into its product of primes. That's another way of wording this question. So we're going to use a prime product tree. We'll start with 24 and we're going to break it up into factors. First thing I can think of is 2 times by 12, and 2 is prime, so we're just going to circle that. I'm going to carry on, break 12 up. 12 could be 3 and 4, and again 3 is prime, so we circle it, and 4 finally is 2 and 2, and they are prime, so we circle both of those. Now from there, our prime decomposition of 24 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Yep, we got 1, 2, 3 2's and 1 3. Or a nicer way of writing that is 2 to the power of 3 times by 3. So 2 cubed times by 3 is a prime decomposition of 24. Okay. Find the highest common factor of 24. Well, the first thing we're going to need to do is find the prime decomposition of both of these numbers. Well, we've already worked out that 24 is 2 cubed times by 3. So we just need to work out the prime decomposition of 54. So break it up, we get a 2 and 27. 2 is prime, so we circle it. 27 is 9 times by 3, so 3 is prime there, and 9 is 3 times by 3, and both of those 3's are prime, so 54 is equal to 3 cubed times by 2. So we've got two prime decompositions. We've got 2 cubed times by 3, and we've got 2 times by 3 cubed. Now to work out the highest common factor, we have to find the lowest power of each number that appears. Okay, so for the highest common factor, we find the lowest power. Well, the lowest power of 2 that appears is just 2. And the lowest power of 3 that appears is just 3. So our highest common factor is 6. 2 times 3. Now we'll go on to the lowest common multiple. For the lowest common multiple, the first thing we're going to need, once again, is the product of primes. So we remember that 24 is equal to 2 cubed times by 3. And 54 is equal to 2 times by 3 cubed. Now for the highest common factor we use the lowest powers of each number, and for the lowest common multiple we're going to use the highest power of each number that appears. So the highest power of 2 that appears is 2 to the power of 3, so 2 to the power of 3, and the highest power of 3 that appears is 3 to the power of 3. So we're going to times that by, that should be 3 there, 3 to the power of 3. And when we calculate that, we get a value of 216. So our lowest common multiple is 216. Now let's put all of this into practice on a slightly bigger pair of numbers. First thing we need to do is break 126 and 600 into their product of primes. So 126, 63 times by 2, 63 is 7 times by 9, I forgot to circle that 2 up there, and that's 7, and 9 is 3 times 3, and they're both primes, we've reached the end, and 600 is 6 times by 100. Neither of those are primes, so 6 is 2 times 3, well both of those are primes, we can now circle both of those. and 100 is 2 times by 50, and the 2 is prime there, and 50 is 25 times by 2, and the 2 is prime, and 25 is 5 times by 5, and 5 is prime. So we've got over here for 126, we've got 2 times by 3 squared times by 7, and for 600 we've got 2 cubed times by 3 times by 5 squared, and we're going to use both of these to find both the highest common factor and the lowest common multiple. So just take a jot down of our two numbers we're using. We're using 2 times by 3 squared times by 7 and 2 cubed times by 3 times by 5 squared. Let's just check those. 2 times by 3 squared times by 7 and 2 cubed times 3 plus 5 squared. 2 cubed times by 3 times 5 squared. Excellent. So to find the highest common factor first, we choose the smallest power of each number that appears. Well, the smallest power of 2 is just this 2 here. The smallest power of 3 is this 3 over here. The smallest power of 5 is no 5s on this side, so there's no 5s on this side, so we don't include any 5s. And the smallest power of 7 is no 7s on this side, so we don't include any 7s. So the highest common factor is just 2 times 3, which is 6. Now for the lowest common multiple, we're looking for the highest powers. So the highest power of 2 that appears is 2 cubed. So that goes into our calculation. Our highest power of 3 that appears is 3 squared. Our highest power of 5 that appears is 5 squared. And our highest power of 7 that appears is 7. And when we calculate that, we get a lowest common multiple of 12,000, and 600.